You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we've been covering the trans invasion of female sports since 2022. That was the Will Thomas / Leah Thomas situation in the NCAA tournament, where a male identifying as a female won an NCAA title. And now we know that UPenn actually reversed all that because they got into hot water with President Trump. Now, we know for the most part, guys, it's been mainly red states that have put an end to the trans invasion in female sports. Not many, if any, blue states have actually done that until now. Virginia, guys. Virginia has a real problem up there in Loudoun County. It is super woke. It's one of the most woke areas in this country, up there by Washington, D.C. And Loudoun County, guys, that's the reason why Glenn Youngkin, a Republican, actually got elected. Boy, Loudoun County, man, there's some disgusting stuff going up there. Some of these people up there need to be arrested and thrown in prison. It is shameful, folks, what has been going on up there with the school system. Now, Glenn Youngkin, he's actually about to leave office because there's an election right now going on in Virginia, and his lieutenant governor is actually running. And there's also, a Democrat who actually, I talked about her, ran away from the question of actually the male invasion of female sports. She didn't want to answer it. She ran away, terrified, folks. Well, right now, Glenn Youngkin has now laid down the smack in the state of Virginia via executive order, because there's places in Virginia, guys, that are actually violating Title IX and President Trump's executive order. So my question to Glenn Youngkin is, why didn't you actually do this already? That's my question. But I guess you could say better late than never. But the problem is, man, if the Democrat gets into office during this election, she can actually reverse everything that he actually did. That's why it's important for Winsome Sears to actually win the election. But we actually have to see what happens with that. And I know that early voting already is going on in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. But we actually have to watch that very, very closely. But let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Here we go. Right over here. Virginia governor orders state board of health to bar trans identifying males from female sports and spaces. Yeah. And when it comes to that school system, guys, boy, there was some repulsive acts up there in Loudoun County. That's the reason why Virginia said, oh, we need a Republican. You guys better not reverse and vote the other way, because it's going to get 10 times worse. Anyway, says right here, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin issued an executive directive on Thursday ordering the State Board of Health to issue regulations barring transgender identifying males from female sports and intimate spaces. Now, guys, I've already said before, man, the locker room, the restroom, that's way worse than actually them competing in sports, because we're talking about very intimate settings when it comes to restrooms and locker rooms. But this is what he actually put out right here, guys, and I actually do have it all right here. He says, the health and safety of women and girls in separated spaces and participating in athletic competitions is in serious jeopardy due to irresponsible policies, including those that allow known sex offenders to hunt little girls in public locker rooms. It is an embarrassment and a tragedy that certain individuals continue to turn a blind eye to these clear violations of the law and of the health, safety, privacy, and dignity and respect of Virginians. This must stop. I want to thank President Donald J. Trump, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the U.S. Department of Education for their strong, common sense approach to protecting women and girls. So he has put a stop to that. And there's 2 points right here It says the directive instructs the Virginia Board of Health to, in accordance with the Virginia Administrative Process Act, promulgate regulations that prevent biological males from participating in organized female-only athletic teams and competitions in Virginia, and prevent biological males from using designated female spaces where females are likely to be in a state of undress. Now, guys, I say this. Any school administrator that actually violates this directive here, also Title IX, they need to be arrested and they need to be thrown in prison. Once you actually start locking up these Democrats, man, with serious time, this stuff will stop. And any parent that actually tries to cover it up too, they should be arrested and have their parental rights taken away, because what they're doing is enabling all this, and it is a danger to women and young girls. I mean, playtime needs to be over, man. Needs to be over. And with him leaving office, man, we definitely have to see where this is actually going to go. Definitely does. Now, look here. It says, in his Executive Directive 14, Youngkin detailed several incidents of Virginia school districts willfully violating the Trump administration's interpretation of Title IX in favor of prioritizing gender identity over biological reality, and female athletes being forced to play against transgender identifying biological males. And we know, guys, they're going to try to sneak around this, because what they're going to do, and we actually saw this in California, they'll actually hide the true biological sex of the athlete and say, hey, this is a girl. And then when girls start questioning things, then they start trying to punish the girls, and then it gets uncovered, oh, this is actually a male. Yeah, that stuff definitely needs to stop, man. It really does. Oh, man. And you know what? I believe this second part right here, where he talks about some sex offender who claimed to be transgender exposed himself. I heard about this on Vince. I think it was on the Vince show. Vince Colonese over there on Rumble. He had somebody on there. And this guy has serious issues, man. He should be locked up for life, because I definitely want to clean it up. He's been going like from locker room to locker room to locker room, and the Democrats do nothing about it. And I know, guys, that Virginia is still a blue state, even though they actually have a Republican governor. So his hands are definitely tied up because of the Democrats. So he can only do so much. But I believe President Trump should definitely go in and arrest these people for that. It is absolutely despicable, man. These people, man, need to be prosecuted on a federal level, because we know that the blue states, man, they're not going to really do anything about it. So it is good, man, that he actually made this executive directive, and he's going to put a stop to the invasion of the transgenders and female sports. But Virginians, man, they're going to have to vote their way out of this. But the problem is, man, Northern Virginia, that's a major problem, folks. A major, major problem. It is so blue. That's part of that DC area, man. And we know that DC, boy, the bluest place in the country. It's just that bad. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Glenn Youngkin and this directive right here? Man, Virginia, you better not vote the other way, man. You better not vote the other way, because this is going to get way, way worse. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.